A pretext is a purpose or a motive alleged, or an appearance assumed, in order to cloak the real intention or state of affairs.
Initial access. OMI is trying to get into your network.
Listen, this is your manager, and I'm trying to send off an email. I got this document. Need you to confirm a few details. So go ahead and log in and tell me what you think. I need this now, so to make this convenient, here is the link. I'm a threat actor, fishing mark for email is urgent to distract you with it. So how fast you clicked it when you submitted the form with your password in it. You probably couldn't tell there was an actual difference in the URL. The domains look alike though, and to you it looks fine though. Well, mine had typos and make it look like yours. See, I was in the mood today to make your account a communal space, but then you activated your trap card, and I saw you had 2FA, but I just shrugged. I'ma shake it off. Got on kid gloves, I'ma take them off. Got your phone number, I'ma make a call. I'ma break this wall, it just makes me lol. I'm moving quick, I'm on a mission. Yeah, I heard your network is lit. I'm trying to get in. Yeah, I'm trying to get me a hit. When I go fishing. Yeah, you probably think it's legit. I got you clicking. Yeah. Hello. Hi. I'm calling you from the IT department. We have been under attack by some hackers, and we think that your account might be a target.
Oh no, how do I fix this?
No need to worry, I wrote up a ticket. You'll get a notification from your authenticator app, so please pass me them digits.
1 sec.
Okay.
Yeah. The code is 112345.
Thank you. You fell for the lie, so I hung up the phone without saying goodbye. Cutting it short like a crew cut. Probably think it won't happen to you, but it happened to Uber. They say you win some, you lose some. Boys got a smooth touch hacking you too, bruh. You know how I be creeping, and I'm logging in your VPN. It probably looks anomalous. Some logs if you be keeping them, and probably unaware about the shares that have been peeping. And the reason I'll be seeking them, I'm looking for an easy win. You probably thought it was a magic trick, and you're mad you clicked. I'ma stack my chips and bet that a DA password is sitting in an admin script. I'm moving quick, I'm on a mission. Yeah, I heard your network is lit. I'm trying to get in. Yeah, I'm trying to get me a hit. When I go fishing. Yeah, you probably think it's legit. I got you clicking. I'm moving quick, I'm on a mission. Yeah, I heard your network is lit. I'm trying to get in. Yeah, I'm trying to get me a hit. When I go fishing. Yeah, you probably think it's legit. I got you clicking.
Hello, everyone. Hello, and welcome to another episode of Generative AI in Azure. So, before we get started, the music that was just playing, so that is Clicking by OMI. So, please do check out his work and do support that. I'll put the link in the chat window. It does some really interesting nerdcore rap music. But anyways, Kenny, welcome again. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Oh, your mic is muted. Okay, yeah, I can hear you now. Okay, yeah, good also.
Oh, yes, I'm fine. How are you doing?
Let's see. Thanks very much. Yeah. Jessica, apologies. Jessica, apologies for starting a little bit late. Just some technical issues we're trying to sort out behind the scenes. So apologies for that. Okay. Before we get started, doing good also, Kenny. Before we get started, anything recent in terms of AI news, or maybe something that you've been testing out from an AI perspective that maybe you want to share before we get started today?
Yes. Okay, so it's from Meta's new advertising AI capabilities. And this is so interesting because these AI capabilities are designed to make designed to be faster and to make businesses create hello, are you with me?
Yes, can I hear you? Yes.
Okay. Yeah, so it's Meta's new advertising AI capabilities that are designed to make it faster and easier for businesses to create and optimize advertising campaigns. Yes.
Oh, I've not seen that before. What's that called? Is it just a new app that they've released that's AI powered?
I think it's in line with automation, with AI automation, like automating advertising capabilities, basically.
So what capabilities do they have that was very interesting to you? Yep.
Hello, are you there?
Yeah, we can hear you now. Yes. Hello, can hear you now.
Okay. Hello.
So I was just saying
Okay,
that
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So like these capabilities now, they're designed to make advertising creation faster. You're able to personalize advertising, and I just saw it recently, just today. I was just going through it. I haven't.
Okay. I think Kenny's Kenny's internet has some issues. So while we're waiting for Kenny's connection to come back, for me, I think what stood out is a new models that came out more recently. So from a security perspective, there's a new model which is by ZAI. The GLM2.
For a bit.
No, I can hear you back. You're back now. Go ahead, sorry. You were talking about the new app by Meta for automated
No, I don't think it's an
advertising.
app. It's just like a new. I've not really had time to like go through it, but it's like an improvement in terms of advertisements, rather advertisements, like AI automation for like the advertisement side of things.
Nice. That sounds interesting. Yeah, I was saying that for me, like one of the things that stood out are more newer models. So there is a new model that came out recently, GLM 5.2, I believe that's from like a company called ZAI. So the capabilities may not be as strong as the Claude, latest Claude models like the Fable 5 that was taken off the market and stuff like that. So, however, it's a really powerful model from coding capabilities, from security capabilities, and it's for maybe a tenth of the cost. So that one stood out to me in terms of, this could be actually like a very useful model in terms of what we can use, maybe to run some AI locally or to run AI on the edge. Have you heard about like there was a time that Satya Nadella kept hammering on at the last Microsoft build, which is unmetered intelligence. I'm not sure if you've heard that term before. Unmetered intelligence. So the concept of unmetered intelligence is essentially to say we're at a point with these AI capabilities that many people are questioning the cost to benefit ratio, right? If you look at the most powerful models, they are super costly. I was talking to one of my friends recently, and he was telling me, was like, man, I'm using this AI model. I won't mention which one. He said, but I'm getting off because I keep running out of tokens. Like I keep running out of tokens. And I said to him, I said, it's the same with me. I keep running out of tokens also. So I'm like, I'm not even sure. So, but unmetered intelligence means essentially like self-hosting your own models to where you can use the capabilities without being behind the meter. So you don't have to be behind the meter. You use the capabilities, you consume the intelligent capabilities of these models, and you're able to do that locally. So what's your thought? What do you think about like this concept of unmetered intelligence? So do you think that you feel comfortable doing a lot of the things that you're doing with AI today, running on local models?
I think with the way the cost and pricing is going, I think it's something that people will have to adapt to, because for me now, when it comes to using all of these AI models, most times I don't like to pay for them. Claude, for example, I use Claude Desktop, and I'm not willing. Anytime I what's the word for it now? I exceed the number of prompts I'm allowed to. I just shut it
Yeah.
down. So for someone like me that is still trying to, for a young person like me, yes, they're still trying to get out of it. I don't right now. I'm willing to actually pay for them. So an option to actually use this or get the same use out of this locally. I think I'll pass, because in the long run, these things are getting more expensive and pricey by the day, and which a lot of people can't afford to pay for.
Yeah. But when we talk about like unmetered intelligence and local usage, it's not like really unmetered, because if one should think about it, there is one main barrier to why that's not feasible for many people also, which is you need a powerful hardware in some cases to be able to run some of these powerful models locally. You need the hardware that is powerful, and hardware that is powerful is also very expensive. So it's sort of like, hey, do you want to pay for the cost upfront with very expensive hardware, or do you want to pay for the cost later by just doing like using it as what game pay as you go? This is a very interesting one. I got a new PC, really powerful PC, really powerful PC. Let me show you how powerful my new PC is, Kenny. Let me see if I can show this to you. So let's see. Okay, let me share my screen very quickly to show you my new powerful PC that I got. And share. Can you see my screen, Kenny?
Yes.
Yeah. So here's my new powerful PC. From a CPU perspective, look at how many cores it has. It has 24 cores. All right. It's got 24 cores of CPU, the Intel i9. So really, how strong and powerful. From a memory perspective, look at that. That's memory. So essentially, that is about 96 GB memory, 96 gigabyte of memory. So really powerful. My previous one was about 32 gigs. So this one is roughly like times 3 of that, right? But here is the funny thing that to me, Kenny, like, look at that. Like, I mean, just running a few applications and stuff locally, look at how much memory it's consuming, right? And then also from a GPU, it's also got an MPU, right? It's got an MPU, so which is very helpful when you're running local models. But it also got a very powerful like GPU. It's got like the NVIDIA 5090X, which is a very powerful MPU. So I can run a model, a 32 billion parameter model easily on this system. So anyways, I just wanted to share that, when we hear about the concept of but that's like the thing in terms of people need like this sort of like powerful hardware to be able to do things locally and to be able to get like, the benefit of unmetered intelligence. Anyways, let's see. So from a model perspective, what do you experiment around with models, or are you finding yourself relying on one or two models?
I think I'm definitely relying on a limited number of models, because I don't really like to be overly dependent, because that's one thing that is actually going to maybe become a problem in this era of AI and AI models, over reliance on these things. So I try to limit my usage to it as much as possible.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah. So with models, I try to diversify intentionally. So I use all kinds of models. Just yesterday, I was still using DeepSeek, right? So I use Claude, which is very powerful, of course, OpenAI, DeepSeek, ZAI's model, Kimi, Qwen. So I use quite a lot of models. I try to diversify a little bit in terms of some of the models. So one other thing, just to highlight, Kenny, was at Microsoft Build, there was this concept of, the various IQs that Microsoft announced. I'm not sure if you've had a chance to look into like these IQs. They talked about like, Web IQ, they talked about Work IQ, Fabric IQ, Foundry IQ. I'm not sure if you had the time to have a look at them yet.
No, I haven't had the time actually.
Yeah. So at least I can share from what I understand for this to be. So and in some of our upcoming sessions, I can demonstrate what some of them look like in action. So the concept behind this, so it's just, I think part of it is marketing, right? It's concepts that we've known before, just rebranded, in my opinion, right? So the idea behind it is that agents are only as good as the data that we feed the agents. So you're very familiar with this. Your area is data analysis. So data is very important, and they're very important in an agent context. And essentially, to me, the way I see like this IQ, I see them as these are layers of feeding data into our agents. So that's the way I see them. So these are just layers of feeding data into our agents. So Web IQ would be, I need to feed web intelligence, in other words, the internet ability to search the internet to an agent. You can connect your agent to a web search tool so that your agent can search the internet or can search the web. So call that like Web IQ, web intelligence. But you also have like other concepts like, you have Work IQ. And Work IQ does a few things, at least from my initial understanding. But one of the things that it does is Microsoft Graph connectivity. And what Microsoft Graph does is ability to connect your work data. So if you're using something like Exchange Online, SharePoint Online at work, Microsoft Teams, all of these different applications have powerful data in them that could be useful for an agent. So being able to take data from your Microsoft Online applications and feed them into an agent that is powered by Work IQ. And then you have Fabric IQ, which is the ability to feed additional data. So here we're talking about like your SQL database or data stored in your SQL database stores or in your different databases on your different storage accounts. So you need to be able to feed these data into your agents, and Fabric IQ can power that for you, right? Foundry IQ, I'm not sure what it does yet. I'll need to look into it. I'm not too sure what it does yet. But the whole idea behind this is instead of getting our agents making individual calls to multiple, let's say, like Fabric, for example, making a call to like multiple data stores and everything, what we can do is we can connect our agents to Foundry IQ, to Fabric IQ, and Fabric IQ can then handle the connection to the underlying data stores. So in other words, so instead of having a distributed model, we can connect to a single endpoint, which then handles connectivity to multiple underlying data stores behind the scenes. So that's my own current understanding of what these IQs are about. It's just connecting data to our agents, whether it's web data, corporate data, or work data, data in SQL databases, or other types of data. So from your, so you work with data a lot, Kenny. So what are the last time you showed us like a demonstration of maybe some use cases? Are there any new use cases that you're seeing that's beginning to come up with, again, newer types of agents emerging? Have you played around with OpenClaw before?
OpenClaw, no.
From an agent perspective? Yeah. But you're aware of like what OpenClaw is about, right? So how to put OpenClaw? So it's a way for you to run agents locally on your computer. So
okay,
what do you do when you have an agent? You have OpenClaw, yeah.
Okay.
Have you? Yeah, you know OpenClaw now. It was very popular. Oh no, not OpenClaw.
I think you mentioned it the last time.
Yeah. Yeah, right. To be able to run agents locally on your computer, it's one to look into, because at Microsoft Build, they actually had the founder, or the creator, of OpenClaw come out. So he works at OpenAI now. They actually had the guy come out to come talk about OpenClaw and some of the things that they do. But again, it's a way for you to run agents locally. So for example, I'll give you an example. So there is another concept that was discussed at Microsoft Build, which is the concept of your PC being your personal assistant. So that's a very powerful concept right there. So your PC is your personal assistant.
Are you sharing your screen?
No, I'm not sharing my screen. I'm just putting it in the chat window and showing it on the screen. So your PC is your personal assistant. So what that means is, so Kenny, you have your laptop, right? Your laptop is at home and your laptop is always on, right? Now there is this agent that's running on your laptop that knows how to use the computer. And it's constantly running on your laptop. Now that agent is also connected to chat channels like WhatsApp, Telegram. So Taiwo is on the move, and Kenny is on the move, and Kenny is like, oh, I forgot, I need to do something. And Kenny, you send a text message to your agent that's managing your laptop. They're like, hey, can you pull up PowerPoint, do this, send that PowerPoint as an attachment to this person, and do this. Before you send it out, check in with me so I can confirm. And you send that text message to that agent that's running on your PC, and then that agent takes over your PC and begins to work. Pulls on PowerPoint, downloads images from the internet, pulls together a presentation, sends you a copy and says, hey, Kenny, what do you think? Is this good? I have a first draft for you. You're like, yeah, modify this one. And essentially your computer becomes an assistant that you interact with, not just a tool that you use. It is a tool that you can interact with and it can assist you, but you have an agent that exists on it that can control your computer and use it. What do you think about that concept of your computer being your personal assistant?
That's very interesting.
Yeah, it is a very interesting one, but that's what things like OpenClaw can do. So you can, once you connect it, it will ask you and say, hey, do you want to connect me to channel? So you can connect it to WhatsApp. So imagine you're all like in a WhatsApp group and you're discussing like in a WhatsApp group, maybe like in your family group, dad, yourself, your sisters, and you're like, hey, this one, and someone is like, why don't you make a poster now? They're like, okay, let's speak to, my PC. You'll make the poster for us now. Hey, PC, can you make this poster for this one, send it to us in this channel? And your PC is like, okay, I'm on it, Kenny. And it's like, hey, everybody, here's the poster that you asked for. Is this good? No, it's not good enough. Make these changes. So again, essentially what we're moving towards is a situation
what's
where,
the cost of running this locally?
But that's the thing, it's open source. So, but it's open source doesn't mean there's no cost, because the cost of it is it's an agent. It needs a model to be able to do the planning, right? So when you give it a task, it needs an intelligent model that gives it that reasoning capabilities. And what that means is that your PC must be able to run models locally. Now, you can connect it to external models via APIs, right? So you can do that. If you can get, connect it to OpenAI, to Claude, to all of this stuff if you want to. But many people that are using things like OpenClaw, they use it because they want privacy and because they can run many things privately on their computer without exposing their data to OpenAI or to Claude. But here's my question for you. Would you be comfortable giving an agent control of your entire laptop? Because what happens if that agent goes rogue and the agent is like, yeah, I'm going to copy all your data and send it out to the internet? So, but it's like, I guess that's like one of the things that we have to deal with going forward. We're seeing these capabilities, but sometimes to be able to use these capabilities means like almost handing over like certain control to these things. Right? It's like you're handing over control of your computer. Would you hand over control of your phone to someone? Because anyone that has your phone can essentially operate as you, right? Call daddy and go, daddy's like, yeah, that's my daughter, can operate as you. But now you're giving your computer to someone else. Your computer has your email, so essentially they can operate as you. Your computer has all your web browsing history, or your web browsing, all your saved passwords. So maybe you have a saved password that you used to buy something online. Potentially that agent could log into that website, buy certain things, and order certain things to be delivered, right? Because there is a tool called Computer Use A2, where an agent has been trained to know how to use a computer. So you can bring up a web browser, click on Amazon.com or wherever other websites that you use to purchase things and buy things and order things, and use your credit card or your debit card. So that's like the challenge in terms of, how much control do we use and the other stuff. So to round off today, Kenny, any aspects of AI application that's beginning to be very interesting to you that you're looking to explore, let's say in the next few months? I'll tell you mine, but I'd like to hear yours first.
Okay, for me it would be like fully automating data analysis processes that would be like on Microsoft Foundry now. Yes.
Yeah, nice. And in terms of like data analysis, you're talking about, so like what are you talking about? You're talking about being able to just describe a project to it and it just undoes all of that, or what are you looking to in that sense?
Sorry, I didn't get that.
Oh, so I'm talking about like in terms of what you'll be looking for, what that would look like. So are you looking to be able to say, here is a data analysis project and then hand off completely, or what does that look like in action?
No, even with automation, you're not meant to hand over completely because you still have to, there should be checks and balances when it comes to all of this stuff. So why they are good, there are also some, even with this OpenClaw you're talking about, our data is at risk when we imagine handing over your data over to an agent. No, I don't think I want to do that. So when it comes to that, so definitely not.
Yeah. So and actually that brings up like something which is a very interesting announcement that came out at Microsoft Build. So let me pull that up. So the announcement was about Microsoft Execution Containers, right? MXC, they called it. And one of the capabilities of Microsoft Execution Containers is being able to limit something like OpenClaw on your system. So for example, you can say, OpenClaw, you won't be able to, you can do anything in all of these folders, but you cannot touch this, right? Oh, so there's a question in the chat window. So the Quiet Gamer says, are you still doing Azure security content with your other group? So if by Azure security, Quiet Gamer, you mean AI security content, then yes, there will be, there's some things in the works at the moment. So I recently just finished a session at Microsoft Build. So I spoke at Microsoft Build on AI agent security. And there's some very interesting things that's building off of that. So there's another book that I've been working on, which is on, oh, by the way, Kenny, there's another book that I have that's coming out in about 4 or 5 days. So everybody, you're hearing it here for the first time. So it's called AI Under Attack. So let me bring that up. So it's a new book on AI security, on practical AI security. So that'll be coming out in I think in about 4 or 5 days. So do check that out if you're interested in this sort of stuff. Let me bring that up on the screen. So so let's go to share my screen and share the screen. Yeah, can you see my screen?
Yes.
Yeah, so this book is going to be coming out very, very soon. So I wrote it with Chris Kimmel, who is like VP of a company that's doing some amazing things when it comes to AI. I mean, cutting edge things that can't even, in some cases, cannot even be discussed publicly yet. So I learned a lot from Chris co-authoring this book together. So, but yeah, so there's the new book. It's called AI Under Attack. So it's a practical guide to threats, defenses, and governance for AI systems. So to answer your question, The Quiet Gamer, yes, still doing content on AI security. I've been busy with the book, with some of the conferences I've been speaking, but we're putting together some very interesting things that you see very soon in that channel. So thanks very much for asking. I hope that answers your question. Okay, so let's end this by sharing with you, Kenny, like my own area that I want to explore, and that is the use of AI in education. So that's really, really heavy on me. It's one that I want to spend time understanding very good, meaningful use cases for AI in education. And stuff, I have a baby, and I keep looking at him, I'm thinking, is the education that he has to go through is different from the education that we went through. It's different from the education that you went through, right? But at the same time, there is concern in terms of, like, do they have to learn math, for example, right? So when they can just speak to something that's there, it's like, it's essentially trying to figure it out, because there's no answers, right? So I'm approaching it from the perspective of there's no answers, trying to figure it out, or understanding meaningful use cases for AI in education. And yeah, so I'm looking to dive into that. I want to study how various countries, various aspects in various countries, how they are intending to use AI in education, how they're currently using AI education, and what results are they getting from that and stuff. So anyways, that's my own key stuff. Any other thing that you want to mention today, Kenny, before we bring this to a close for today?
No, that'll be all from me.
Yeah, okay. Thanks very much, everyone, for joining us. We hope you enjoyed the short conversation. So next 2 weeks when we have this, we have Sam will be joining us in the studio. So Sam is a highly respected IoT guy. So we're joining us in the studio to talk about from like an IoT and development perspective, his take on the announcement at Microsoft Build. So we're looking forward to that. But in the meantime, thanks very much for joining us again. See you next time. Have a lovely rest of the weekday, weekend, and stuff, and see you all later. Bye for now, everyone.
Bye.